Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Pinstripe People, a Yankees podcast sponsored by FanDuel and presented on the Believe Network. I am Sal Maiorana. He is Mike Lindsley. It is Thursday, Mike, and the Yankees are off today. Thank God for that. We get a reprieve from watching this miserable team. Mike, you and I both love baseball. This team is making me hate baseball. They are such a hard, impossible watch right now. It's pathetic. And I'll admit it. Last night, I was not tuned in very much at all. I jumped in a couple times on my phone when, I'm following on the phone. I see that, something might be happening. And then, of course, I turn it on and nothing happens because nothing ever happens with this team. Mike, I don't know where you're at with them, but I know that I am close to just kind of putting the pin on the season because I don't see any way this turns around.
This series reminded me again, really officially though, and this was what I wanted to tell you, of when I watch other teams. I watch St. Louis and I see a Burleson, I see a Walker, I see a Weatherholt. I look at the Cubs and I watch PCA and I watch Bregman and I watch Seiya Suzuki. Freddie Freeman with the Dodgers. I see a couple other players. Look at Yoshida for Boston and Contreras on the Brewers and Boston and Chirio for the Brewers, and a host of other guys. Why am I naming all these players? Because when I watch all these other people hit, and I watch contact with two outs, and I watch the way other players, I go through all these guys, and I'm like, God, I wish the Yankees had him. I wish they had him. I wish they had him. You know what I mean? Like, I watch and I see so many of these players delivering on an every night basis. Mostly, I'm not, again, not 162 for 162. It's a game of failure. You're not going to hit 1,000. But I see all these guys doing it the majority of the nights, and I just don't have confidence in any of these players at the plate. I don't. Garcia, who they got, is either going to mash or strike out. Ramos got lucky on the swing last night. Lombard hits a home run in his first game, which tells you how pathetic the other group is. Chisholm is a disaster. Ben Rice is in a wicked slump. Bellinger's out. Judge is out. Stanton's out. Well, I mean, what's
a hopeless
here?
Situation.
Yeah,
it literally is. It feels every night you turn a game on and you just know it's going to be a struggle. They have no ability to manufacture run. This series was the quintessential Yankees series. Game one, all 7 runs, a 7-run explosion. Like, holy shit, that was unbelievable. But guess what? They all came via the home run and they did nothing else. 7 runs should be enough to win the game, but that happened to be a night where the pitching just unbelievably imploded. So they lose that game. The second game, they win 2-0. Once again, all because of the pitching. Yeah. They hit 2 solo homers. That was it. And then the Wednesday night game, they scored 1 run. They had 4 hits in the game, Mike. 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They scored 1 run. The Cardinals walked 8 guys. The Yankees had 4 hits and 8 walks and a hit batter. They scored 1 goddamn run. How is it possible that a team can be this horrible? 1 for 18 for the series with runners in scoring position.
They left 11 guys on base. And here's the thing. I hate to do the whole back in the 80s and 90s, or like you and I with the old school get off my lawn stuff. But give me a second. Go tell Ricky Henderson, RIP, go tell Vince Coleman, go tell whoever, what would you do with 8 walks? What would you do with 8 walks to either one of those guys? What would Tim Raines and 4 or 5 other great 5-tool players do with 8 walks? Sal, they probably would have gotten 2 or 3 runs minimum by just getting the bags, by just stealing, and then somebody going, I can bunt him. I can then get the ball to the outfield. Now, it's not going to happen every time. Go tell the 90s Yankees, you're going to get 8 walks. You're not going to play the Cardinals in August because it's not Manfred ball. But let's say August, you guys are struggling. Then 99 Yankees, right? The team that won the World Series the year before with 125 wins. They went out and got Roger Clemens. All the contact hitting. Derek Jeter, excuse me. Do you have a second? What do you think that team would do with 8 freaking walks?
It's unbelievable. Right? What do we always say? The walks are going to kill you, right? It's like one of the baseball bromides. It doesn't kill you when you're playing the Yankees. It doesn't mean anything. You can walk those guys all day long. It's better to walk them than to throw a meatball and they might hit it out, because if you walk a guy, he's not scoring. How's he going to score? They needed 3 walks and a hit batter to get their only run last night. Could not get a hit. It's just, it really is. It's unbelievable to watch this team play.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. This is classic Yankees. They're still in it. They're leading the wild card. I know the Red Sox are charged, and we're going to get to them in a minute. They've won, 30 of 35 now, I believe. Here's the thing, though. It's August. I will say, for as bad as this series was again, especially offensively, the energy in the park was pretty good. Not just because of Lombard, but like the crazy wild game where they gave up 1 million runs. You're an old school golfer, by the way. When you score 7 runs, you feel like, hey, I'm hitting my driver and my iron's good. What happens? Your putting sucks, right? You go out golfing the next time, your putting and your wedge game's great. What happens to your 5-wood, Sal? Right? Driver. But remember, you know how golf is. You hit a couple clubs great, then a couple fall away. You try to piece it together for a week. It's tough. Sometimes in baseball that happens. 2-3 things work, then the other ones don't. But I thought that even like in that game, even in the loss, like Garcia homers, the place was jumping. They come back. The Lombard call-up, you could sense there was energy with people going into the building and all the rest. So I thought the energy was really good. But this is classic Yankees. And what do I mean by this? This is the Cashman, Hal, Boone Yankees. They're in August. They're behind, but people are waiting for them to catch the Rays. People think they're better than they are because if they get Judge back, he's going to save them. They can't hit, but nobody cares because everybody talks about the rotation because somehow they're the Yankees and they're just going to figure it out. What are they going to figure out? They've been to one World Series since 2009, right? Yeah. But the ratings are great and people have hope and the AL sucks and wait for it. You needed one little thing to hang on after a bad trade deadline. What was that? It was Lombard. So now the ratings that are already sky high, they're bringing in all the money, all the soccer deals, the college football deals, Hal printing money, selling beer, Boone, Hal, cash, the Yankees, they're in it, sustainability, playoffs. This is it, isn't it? This is it. This is who they are.
You just get sick and tired of it. It's just the same show over and over every year. Monday. Let's deal with Monday for a few minutes because what a day that was. That was one of the most unbelievable days the Yankees have had in recent memory. We waited all day for Brian Cashman to do something to help a roster that was screaming for help in so many different areas. Mm-hmm. All he did, he got Garcia on Sunday before the actual deadline day, a move that we've already talked about. But look, he's a good hitter. It just feels like a redundancy on the roster. They've already got the exact same player in Ben Rice, literally a left-handed, power-hitting DH first baseman who's an average defender. They've already got one. He goes and gets a second one. But then Monday, you're just thinking, okay, he's going to make up for that. He's going to get a bullpen guy, a right-handed hitting catcher, maybe a third baseman. They're going to move Volpe off the team and call Lombard up. Yeah. He does nothing but get Helio Ramos, an outfielder, a redundant outfielder from the Giants, who's going to come in. He's going to play until Bellinger gets back, and then he's going to be what? He's not going to help you. He's not going to help you at all. He's a right-handed bat. Once again, he's not going to help you at all. It almost felt like a move, Mike, that he had to do something because nothing else was working out. It was one of the most disappointing trade deadline days to think that this bullpen, which has been pretty good lately, we've talked about this, they've been surprisingly good. However, they're now gassed, right? They didn't bring in any help for these guys. Plus, he traded away like 3 guys out of the minor league system that you would think maybe could have come up and done something. Giovanni Cruz being the first guy. It was unfathomable. And then the catching situation, to tell us with a straight face that he likes what they have at catcher, they're good defensively, Wells is going to turn it around. Are you friggin' kidding me? Yeah. Have you watched Austin Wells for really the last 2.5 years, let alone just 4 months of this season? Mm-hmm. It was deplorable that they did nothing. So give me your opinion on that, and then we'll get to the game, which was, oh my God, what a ridiculous game.
Well, we did a whole show on the trade deadline and we were disappointed in it. My big thing was after the fact and everybody gets to a new team, whether it's the Yankees, the Rays, somebody else, you always see that first game, right? New team, uniform, new teammates that come in, bro hugs, big hit, home run. Okay, but what happens after that? But I got to say, the Liam Hicks home run with a grand slam with the Rays, I'm just sitting there going, of course. I mean, okay, there's the one. And not having the bullpen arms, okay. I'd make an excuse for it. I could feel fine about it. How about you deal them all for that player, for that catcher, for that guy? Then we could have a conversation. You left open a strength that has been, even though they're gassed. Okay. But we need to hit, but we have a position, we have a big hole, we have a big box we need to check. I would have almost felt like, okay, cool, but you got the catcher at least. Hey, let's give and take. But all you did was give and you didn't take a damn thing. Exactly. And that was the one home run out of all the deadline guys where I was like, there it is.
I can't believe that we have to watch Ali Sanchez play catcher for the Yankees because there's no other option. I mean, what are they? There's no other option in the minor. He was the best minor league catcher they have. It's just unfathomable.
By the way, the Dodgers, Sal, real quick, the Dodgers, I know about the whole $400 million payroll. They'd have like 470 if Ohtani's wasn't deferred, right? But it's like 393. Okay. We get it. They spend a lot of money, but they're also opportunistic. They do this, that, and the other thing. They do all the right things. Getting Skubal kept them away from Milwaukee. Chicago kept them away from Atlanta, blah, blah, blah. You know what else they do? By doing the development thing and by taking advantage of good contracts, Freddie Freeman, that's a good contract. They didn't overpay for him. Atlanta decided to go with a cheaper version at Matt Olson. Matt Olson's also a great player, lefty, first baseman, and blah, blah, blah. But he ain't Freddie Freeman, who's going to Cooperstown one day on the first ballot with a snap of a finger. He's going to have 3,000 hits, all the accolades, World Series, MVP. My point is the Dodgers have had 2 or 3 major holes in their lineup all year long, one way or the other. It took Ohtani forever to hit, no problem. Will Smith is out. Betts, it took forever to hit, and then he slowed down again. And there's a bunch of other guys. By the way, another guy I watch with the Dodgers I'd love to have on the Yankees, Pages. I mean, every single time I go and look at this guy, huge play, huge catch, huge hit, on and on it goes. But I just wanted to make mention of that, okay, 393 is 393, but when you take out the Ohtani deferred money, it's only, I say only, $63 million more than the Yankees. The Yankees have like, what do you say? Bad news bears guys playing
a bunch of nobodies. They have a bunch of nobodies literally on their team. The other night, I mean, it couldn't have been much worse the other night when then Cam Schlittler goes out and literally shits the bed. I mean, I don't even know what was good. That was a major red flag to me, Mike, because I'm starting to think all the use. He's never pitched this much in a professional season. Yep. He's blowing past his innings. And when you walk 5 guys, that's a command problem. He was still throwing 99.
That's right.
That was a major concern. He was horrible. And then they put him in a 6-0 hole. Yep. They come storming back, and credit to them. That was fun to watch. Yep. Garcia with the go-ahead homer. It was great. And then, again, they go to this bullpen. You knew at some point Shavii was going to hurt you. I mean, the guy had a 6.18 ERA for Colorado. Again, pitching in Coors Field, you understand it. But still, I mean, he was great for the first, 10 games he pitched here. But you knew this was coming. And, oh, my God, did it come. 3 home runs. They lose 13. That was just the capper to an unbelievably horrible day. And then the saving grace came at about 11 o'clock at night when Jack Curry reported that they're going to call up George Lombard. That was really the only trade deadline move that makes any sense. And we talked about this. This had to happen. Mm-hmm. I mean, once you didn't trade him, which I'm glad they didn't because he's really the one guy you should have protected. They could have gotten rid of Volpe, Dominguez, Spencer Jones. You could have sent all those guys away. I wouldn't even care. Right. Lombard needed to be here. So that was the saving grace of Monday. They called him up. And then Tuesday, he gives us a great moment, right? I mean, the second inning, he makes a play that Volpe or Caballero can't make, turns the double play, and then he hits the home run. It was about as dramatic as you can get. They hang on because Weathers pitched great. And the bullpen was very good, and they win the middle game. But Lombard did exactly what we were hoping he would do. Now, can he keep doing it? I don't know. He struck out in a big spot Wednesday night. But that was at least one good thing that happened this week. Give me your take on George Lombard.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks the part, right? I mean, I think sometimes guys get up there and the game is not as fast for them. He grew up in a clubhouse. His dad was a big leaguer, 10-plus years. So we've seen this before. Vlad Jr., Bichette, Ken Griffey Jr., whether they go to the Hall of Fame or not, they've been around the clubhouse, right? I mean, we've seen this book. Look at Patrick Mahomes. I mean, with these guys who grow up around the daily grind, 162, professionalism, what it takes around the ballpark, sticking to the plan, the monotonous routine, the grind, the discipline. We've seen this. Now, I don't know what he's going to end up being. I also think it's great that he's not technically the guy. I mean, Derek Jeter's been retired now for what? Over 10 years already. but it's also technically great to not be the guy after Jeter.
Oh, yeah, they're way past that.
Well, what I mean by that is that people wait for, like, you know, I'm in upstate New York. So like Joe Girard came in and it was like, oh, it's Jerry McNamara. Oh, my. And it's like, no. Like in New York, it was like you wait for another whoever. And it was like, well, it just kept going. And then all of a sudden Volpe shows up and he's got the whole thing, right? Yankee lover from the area, blah, blah, blah. But he's not Derek Jeter. Eventually you wait and there's a guy who reminds you of a guy and maybe he can be close to him and he's not. Regardless, it's better to follow the guy who followed the guy, you know, not being the guy who replaced the guy kind of thing. So, you know, and that right here seems the case. I mean, Lombard's footwork is insane. His arm is insane. His
everything about him. There was a play last night, a ball up the middle.
Unreal.
Somebody on Twitter had it was the exact same play that Volpe didn't make. I don't know when it was, maybe a couple weeks ago.
Correct.
Exact same play. He olays it. Yep. Lombard just gloves it and makes the play. Everything about him looks good. Look, the Yankees told us the glove was major league ready. That was never going to be an issue, which is why I was screaming for him to come up even earlier.
Yep.
Improve the defense, and he couldn't be any worse than any other hitter they have on the team. So call him up. So thank Christ they finally did that. But he did look the part, and then he ran into one. That was nice. I mean, it didn't exactly come against somebody, Hunter Dobbins. I mean,
right.
Boy, I mean, I hated that guy the moment they said he's from New England and he would never pitch for the Yankees. He would quit baseball. Screw you. So I couldn't have been happier that Lombard's first homer came off of that tool. But look, he looked the part. That was wonderful. What is he going to be moving forward? He's going to be a great defender. I don't know what the hit piece is going to do. We'll see, right? We'll see. I mean, it looks like he's got the hit tool.
Yeah, and are you sitting on an iron right now?
Well, nothing boils my ass more than anything Red Sox related. He grew up a Red Sox fan, this Dobbins douchebag.
Yeah.
And he says, if the Yankees sign me, I'd quit baseball. Good. Quit baseball and go work at the Piggly Wiggly or whatever the hell you would do.
Right.
I hate guys like
this. Because it doesn't really, I mean, listen, eventually you get to a point where like you root for teams, but if you're like an athlete with a chance to play anywhere.
You think Cam Schlittler grew up a Red Sox fan? He's pitching for the Yankees with no problem.
Ben Rice.
Yeah, Ben Rice too.
I mean, you just kind of, that goes away, much like it goes away in our industry. Now, when I hosted radio all the time, it was a little bit different. Way more objectivity than subjectivity. But I think, as you know, you get into the social digital platform, you start talking, whatever, there's a little bit more fan that crawls into it. Now, you're way more on the Yankees side fan than you would be the Bills because you're doing that. But the Bills part is what I'm talking about with you, how I was with radio with, you know, Q's Hoops or whatever. I mean, obviously people know if I host shows, I love the Bonnies, but yeah, there's a little bit more objectivity doing certain things with traditional media. And then I think the fan part maybe leaks in a little bit more in terms of what this is. But yes, you roll, and when you get hot like that and you start swearing, it's great. Here's the big thing. Lombard, attention parents, attention helicopter, idiot, know-it-all, dumbass parents. Let your kids play more than one sport. Josh Allen did it. George Lombard was a killer soccer player when he was younger. How about that helping out his footwork at shortstop? You think his hand-eye, come on, the hand-eye, the tools he has at shortstop, that's a big deal when you see him going around there. Sal, this dude is a vacuum with the glove, and his eyes, everything's down and in. I know it's only a couple games. The range is crazy. He stretches out almost like he's playing goalie. He can pick it up and vacuum it like he's kicking it around like freaking Messi. And then he's got the arm, which is awesome, and the IQ and all that kind of bundled in.
That's the thing that stands out. It's the arm, right?
Yeah.
He's already made a couple plays in 2 games that Volpe just can't make.
And here's a big one for your boy, Jazz Chisholm. He's going to make him a little bit better.
Well, maybe. We'll see. I mean, the play he made the other night, last night, the diving play up the middle, Volpe had good range. He might have been able to get that, but there's no way Volpe can get up and throw the rocket that Lombard got because he needed a rocket to get that guy, and he got him.
That's Volpe a Bobby
can't
Witt
make
play.
That play.
That's a Bobby Witt play.
Exactly. I mean, I love that about, if nothing else, Lombard is going to improve the defense. Again, we'll see as a hitter. It was great that he homered in his first game, but I'm really not expecting a huge impact with the bat. I mean, every level that he's played at, and this has been well documented, there's been an adjustment period. There is for all guys, but him in particular, he has really struggled as he's gone up each level, and then he starts to figure out. Now, the difference is going to be, Mike, and many people have already said this year and a couple of years, the difference between AAA and Major League Baseball right now is as big as it's ever been. Yep. I mean, there used to be, back in the day, guys in AAA, they were a lot of those guys were Major League ready. There just wasn't a spot for them. Right now in AAA, you see it with Syracuse. I see it in Rochester. The pitching in AAA baseball is just so far below Major League Baseball. So he's got a huge hill to climb here to even become an average hitter. I hope he can do it. But if nothing else, they've got a great glove at a key position that should help them. That should help their defense and their pitching. Not that their pitching needs a whole lot of help because it's been so good, but we'll see on the bat. Last night, we've already kind of touched on it, just another helpless, hopeless. You watch these games, Mike, and again, I admit I didn't watch much last night, but I have enough of a library over the last 2 months. You just know they're not going to come through. You know how hard that is to watch a game and you know that it's just not going to matter. You're going to spend 2.5, 3 hours and they're going to do nothing. And this team has been doing this for 2 months. I don't know if you saw my newsletter today. Katie Sharp had an unbelievable stat. Since June 1, the day that Judge's injury stint began, runners in scoring position, the Yankees are 29th in, I think it's batting average and slugging percentage, dead last in on-base percentage and OPS. Dead last or 29th in those four categories with runners in scoring position. That's almost impossible to do. They found a way to do it.
The Yankees have been doing this for 2 months.
Well, this has been 2 months.
12 years.
Yes, but not to this extent, Mike. I'm seriously, I know it's recency bias. I cannot remember a stretch that was this gruesome. Right? We're talking, this is 2+
but what about
months.
the postseason when they go 2 straight games and it's 4 of 28 with runners in scoring position over 2 games against
But that's 2 or 3 games against a playoff team, right? In a playoff series. You're facing the A's and the Rockies and whoever else these stupid teams
500 teams. Okay, fine.
And they still can't hit their pitchers.
Fair.
I can understand a week. You go through a week of this bullshit and you can understand it. This is 2+ months, dude.
Yeah,
2+ months.
It is. It's terrible. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, listen,
here's another amazing stat. They've scored exactly 2 runs in 14 games this year.
Yeah.
And they've won 7 of them because of their pitching.
Yeah.
But they've been shut out. I just did the math. They've been shut out 6 times. They've scored 1 run 12 times and only won 1 of those games. And they've scored 2 runs 14 times. Add that up. 14, 11 is 25. That's 31 games, 2 runs or fewer. It's just, they played 115 or whatever?
Yeah.
31 games of 2 or less.
I was going to say, and if you take that over the course of 162,
it's terrifying.
I mean, it's, 31 times 5 is what? 156. That's almost the season. That's great.
It's unbelievable.
It's insane.
It's unbelievable.
They are a really tough watch. I mean, the thing is, I'm caught because you're right. The here and now is maybe not like this, blah, blah, blah. But I also know that even with them being at full strength, I would have the exact same feeling about them a different way when the games really matter in 2 months.
Yeah.
It's just a different way. I do realize your point, and I appreciate you bringing that to the table. I do, because these are shit teams. They're terrible. But like, they do the same thing a different way in October against whether it's the pathetic AL Central where they basically helped them cakewalk to a World Series a couple of years ago, or against teams where they get exposed in the World Series like the Dodgers or the Houston Astros when they can get 12 hits out of 25 at bats and just steamroll the Yankees. So they do it a different way. But I will say the Lombard thing right now, it's keeping people going.
It's got people tuned back in. Well, I don't think anybody
3,000 people more though are going to go to the park to watch Lombard. More food, more beers, more hats, more jerseys, more this, more that, more hype, more ratings. This is Hal's game. It's his place. This is his palette.
They roll in the dough. It's never going to change. But I'll tell you what, Yankee fans are pissed off, Mike. You got to admit. I mean, they're not all just dumb going to the park, spending money, doing the wave when the team's down 8-0. But I mean, this fan base. I think if you look around Twitter, you listen to other podcasts, this fan base is pissed off. They're tired of this shit. I mean, this is a team that they should not be going through this. This team should be like the Dodgers, spending money, developing players. You've got the resources to do it, and they just don't do it. And people are sick and tired of it. This has gone on way too long. I don't care that they went to the World Series 2 years ago. It was almost like a fluke, like you said, two AL Central teams, and then they got their ass kicked by the Dodgers, a real team. That doesn't even move me. People say, oh, they just went to the World Series. Well, did they win it? The purpose is to win it, and they didn't even have a chance to win it.
Yeah, I do look at it, though, like sometimes you just kind of have to take the path that's given to you as well. I mean, look at the Patriots.
Yeah, you beat who's in front of you. I understand that.
Like the Patriots last year in football, it was like everyone, look at the schedule. But going into those games, the Patriots, we didn't know if they were that good. All of those games were 50-50, and they won most of them and then proved that they were better than we thought. And then they beat quality opponent in the Bills and others, right? I think they beat the Bucks. But like there's in baseball, it kind of works like that too, though, where like you're playing okay teams, but then you still have to play a 5-er or a 7-gamer, and you still have to get through those teams. So on the one hand, the path is the path. You're like, oh, come on, what a joke, Central teams. And then the other part of it is, well, I mean, it's kind of a little bit of both. But the thing is, the Yankees always, my point with that specific year, though, is that the Yankees always get bailed out by the Central. The Yankees always get bailed out by teams playing poorly. Take out 2007 with Cleveland and the Jabba stuff and the midges off the lake. I was at both those games, by the way. Yay me. But the Twins, the Royals, I mean, they are always getting bailed out by those teams. That's my point. But yeah, this is of epic proportion in terms of offensive failure. And I mean, this team is officially like in trouble. Period. End of discussion. Because Boston's hotter than hell. Tampa wins every night. And Tampa, by the way, they take advantage of all the bad teams. They crush bad pitching. They crush bad teams. They kill Colorado. Boston's taking it out on the White Sox. They're a decent team. They've overachieved this year, but it is what it is, as they say. I mean, this team right now is an absolute mess offensively, and they just can't get out of their own way. I did want to bring up. I have one little thing, and then I'm out. Pretty much, you can wrap up. Luis Ariz, right? This guy's like a batting champ every year. He gets traded every year. Philadelphia picks him up, but how about this? How about the stones of our boy Don Mattingly going, no, we have Schwarber who hits leadoff, Harper, Turner. He's a contact hitter. I'm going to put him in at cleanup because he hits with contact, and he's going to give me ribbies. Oh.
That's what he did. First game. His first two at-bats, he drove in runs.
Multiple games, I think.
Well, now he hit a home run last night, I think.
But again.
Why can't the Yankees get that guy? No, they got Julio Ramos instead.
Right. Contact hitter, fills a void, manager using his real skills to put something in the lineup that's creative to get runs. By the way, Sal, wasn't that long ago we saw the Phillies struggle mightily offensively before and during the series against the Yankees. It's just amazing.
It's crazy. All right. Like I said, day off on Thursday. Thankfully, we don't have to put up with the misery of watching the Yankees. They started a series with the Braves Friday. Braves are great. They're the second best record in baseball.
And they have a real GM.
I told you that the Cubs were probably going to sweep the Yankees. I was totally wrong. So I'm not going to say that, but they are facing Chris Sale in the Saturday game and then two righties, I think, on Friday and Sunday. But with this offense, I have no faith they'll get anything done. And like I said, the Red Sox are going to be in second place certainly by the end of the week, and they're playing the A's. They're going to sweep them. It's rough times right now. And I started off by saying this, Mike, this season kind of feels hopeless. I even when those guys come back, if they come back, Judge said yesterday, I'm definitely coming back. Well, who's he going to be? Is he going to just jump back in and be two-time MVP Judge? Stanton, do you even care when he comes back? Do you even care? Three-time, whatever he is, two-time defending. Yeah. Is Stanton even going to matter? Bellinger was playing was hitting horribly before he got hurt. Is he going to matter? I don't know.
That would really hurt, man. That would really hurt.
I know. I like him a lot. I love the re-signing. He's a great defender. He's the best left fielder in baseball.
And he
hasn't hit for shit. He hasn't hit for shit this year.
I know the last month, but for as much as he could lose it for a month, he can get it back. He's a professional. He's an MVP. There's another guy, just like Lombard. He came through a baseball family. Clay won World Series with the Yankees. He's a baseball dude. For as much as those guys can lose it a month, they can get it back.
Yep. All right, we're going to wrap it up, folks. Mike and I will be back Sunday at some point, or Sunday maybe after the Braves series, maybe the afternoon. If not, Monday, we'll get it back together. But until then, geez, like I said, enjoy your day off today. And I don't know what to tell you about the weekend, but I just don't think it's going to be too pretty. We are Pinstripe People, presented by FanDuel and on the Believe Network. Have a great day, everybody.